Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
Hello everyone. My name is Monica. I'm the founder and the director of this school, which is Miracle and Victory Children's Center. We deal with vulnerable children. This center was started in 2007. I was staying here in Kibera, and I lost my husband. So after losing my husband, I couldn't afford to take my children to school. I was just going to the streets of Nairobi to beg for food and all that. And it was not only me alone, there were so many children in my neighborhood who are suffering the same. They could not afford to go to school, they could not get access to food. So I was so much affected, and my children were just roaming around the streets of Kibera. I had no hope at all. But one day I started a small business of selling mandazis. That is something like donuts. So as I was selling those donuts, then I was making a small profit. A friend, a good Samaritan, gave me the money to start that business. So I started doing the business, and the money I was making, I started cooking small amount of food, and the children from the neighborhood were coming to eat. So we were sharing that small portion. So I went like that for a while, and one day there were some people who were walking around Kibera, and they had that there's a lady who has been feeding the children in Kibera slums. So they came to my house. By that time I was doing it just in my house because I had so much passion for the children. And I was seeing how the children were suffering, they couldn't go to school. Some were dying because of malnutrition, because they could not even get food. So the most reason which made me to start this school was one of my neighbor. One of a child from my neighbor, she went to the neighborhood. The neighborhood is up there, those who are, we call them like wealthy people, though they are like middle class. So those children, every morning they could go and pick food from that trash bag. So one day when they went, I don't know what happened, but it's like the food was poisoned, like the leftovers, there was some poison. So when these kids ate that food, two of the kids passed away, so they died. So that really touched me. Like I was saying, God, why could an innocent child lose life because of just food? So I was sacrificing. The small I was getting, I was making vegetable and rice, and the children could feed. And they were like, I felt happy, even though I was struggling. My children could not even, I could not afford to send them to school. But children from the neighborhood, at least they were getting something to eat. So after that, there was a day one lady was just walking, and it was brought to my home. And I was praying, like asking God, God, please open the door so that I can find something these children could go to school, because I was born again Christian. So that lady, when she came to my house, she asked me, what are you doing? I told her, I'm doing just a small feeding program for these children, because we found I was living in a 10 by 10 house, and the children were so many. They're about 50. And she was really touched. And when she was touched, she bought about 30 bags of rice and beans, and she gave me some money to extend my business. So I enlarged that business, and this business started to bring good money. Then one day just God spoke to me to start a school. So I started in, you see that demolished structure up there. Those two structures up there. The last structures, yeah, those
yes.
small tiny things. So I started a school there, and it was just me. I didn't go to college to qualify to be a teacher. And one of the ladies who is now, she passed on, she was my friend. So we started to teach these children in that place. So we were just praying and trusting God that God will open the doors. We don't know where the money will come from, but every time people were passing by the railway line, when they hear the children were singing because they were joyful, they were feeling they're at home. They were no longer going to pick food from the trash. So when the people were passing and they had the children, some people could pass by like good Samaritan. Every day we could just find someone, even the community members, just popping in. So when they pop in, they buy for us food, they give a small amount of money, and that's how the school started to be known. That's how the ministry started to be known. So I met a lady who was passing. She just passed as a friend, and when she passed by, she was touched and she said, no, this place is very dirty. The children, there's no washrooms. They were just using the same place as a washroom and all that. Then she said, no, I'm going to buy for you this area so that we can construct, so that you can get somewhere, these children, where they can learn, get access to education, clean water and all that. So that's how we came to construct this. It was small. Then people who are just, like, we depend on God and good well-wishers. So anybody who just come, they feel touched. They feel touched, and the small amount of money they have, they donate to us. So that's how we have been growing up to now that we are here. Currently, we have about 450 children in this center. Right now, it's a holiday, and since we didn't have food in our store, I think you have walked them through our kitchen. So we didn't have food to feed them, so we asked them, just a few to come, the remaining to stay home. But you know, when they are at home, there's nothing they get. We are dealing with the vulnerable, totally orphans and vulnerable children who are residing in Kibera slums. So that's what we are doing, and we thank God this far. We can say it's God, it's not us, it's God who has been doing this. And I'm so happy, guys, for coming over. I was doing my workout, but when I was called, there are some visitors who have come to school. I have to run and come. We have even constructed a laboratory, and we don't have the computers. No, we don't have the, apparatus, the laboratory items. We don't have as per now. We don't have the computer, laptops and computers to teach the children, because nowadays the government has introduced new system which is called CBC. The children should get educated through technology.
Yes.
But for us, we don't have that for now, but we just believe that God will provide. So that's where we are up to now.
Appreciate the presentation and appreciate the introduction. Family, anybody have any questions for our director?
If you do get the technology, the laptops and things, is there someone around that is able to teach those things? Like, do you have staff?
He's the teacher.
Okay.
He's a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a computer teacher.
Okay. All
He's
right.
one of the teachers here. He's also one of our teachers.
Okay.
He's a sports teacher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Also, we need balls, like balls for. This is now our field for soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, we need
for them to play.
Yeah, for them to play. We usually have a lot of competition. This our sports teacher is very talented. He's the one who is taking our children on sports. So we need balls and jersey.
The balls and the jackets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jerseys.
Yeah,
Okay.
jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sports uniform.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Anybody have any questions? Anybody? Any questions? No?
We are coming. Tunakuja kwa ofisi. Ngoja kwanza tuongee na wao.
How about can we take some photos?
Okay, we will take later. Just a minute. Now, just come fast.